A crypto winter that, as you just suggested, has changed in tone from how the last Davos, in terms of just there was a lot of hype, a lot of noise around all things crypto at the last Davos. And I think seeing the change, and I actually think it's a really healthy change, that there's more focus on utility. Are these technologies that are solving real problems? And I think to your question, I think to the extent there are companies solving real problems for real customers, and they're going to continue to grow regardless of the environment. Is there continued contagion? I think we're obviously continuing to hear noise about what's going on with DCG and Gemini. Hard to know. It sounds like that could work out in a constructive way. I think all of this has not been great for crypto at large. But again, if you just focus on companies that are solving real problems, certainly Ripple had a record 2022. We'd rather see crypto do well at large, but we had a great year, signed up more and more customers and more volume going through our payment rails.
What is up, XRP community? Welcome back to another video. I wanted to lead with that great clip of Brad Garlinghouse. If you solve problems as a blockchain company, you will grow. Companies that are solving real stuff. Ripple had a record 2022, hiring 35% of their labor force in their XRP on-demand liquidity product specifically. Guess how much growth it had? 900%, 9x growth. That is internet.com type stuff. I have a lot of information for you guys in this video. Welcome back. Thank you for joining me. As always, we give away $10 in XRP on this channel every single day. If you want to enter the video giveaway, just like the video, subscribe with notifications on, and comment anything in the YouTube comments below. Let's get right into it. The Federal Reserve expects inflation to decline in 2023. Okay. With that being said, there are many claiming that the crypto market has already reached its lows. For example, Pantera Capital, a crypto hedge fund, CEO Dan Morehead, just made the prediction that 2023 is the year that we will see the next Bitcoin bull cycle. Okay, I think it'll be the end of 2023, and let me tell you why. So the Federal Reserve expects inflation to decline, right? Check out this chart right here. I don't know if you've ever seen this relationship, but essentially every time the Federal Reserve pivots, the market crashes after that. So as the Federal Reserve is raising interest rates, the market grows. And then once the Fed pivots, every time the market crashes. So the Federal Reserve is probably going to keep raising rates like they've said for the next few months. But towards the end of this year, December maybe, we could see a beautiful Bitcoin Christmas. And if you guys need a spot for digital assets, XRP, I recommend Uphold. It's sleek, it's simple, it's secure, it has low fees. It's my recommended go-to exchange. A link to Uphold is in the video description below. Moving forward, I say this on Twitter. What central bank does Ripple work with? James Wallace, a VP at Ripple working specifically in central banking, says, we're working with many of the central banks. They're mostly under non-disclosure agreements, so I'm not at liberty to share the details. We're working with each continent apart from Africa. We know from this past month that they're working with MSF Africa, the PayPal of Africa. There's tons of partnerships in Asia and South America. So it's just bullish to see every central bank, every continent Ripple is touching, including players like Bank of America. We learned in this past few months that at the Swell Ripple conference, Brad Garlinghouse made it clear that they're ready to settle with the SEC as long as they can get clarity on XRP, right? The only way Ripple settles is if they get that clarity. I asked Brad Garlinghouse if American companies were waiting on the sidelines to jump into the game once clarity happens. He said, absolutely. He said specifically Bank of America. Bank of America is a huge partner of Ripple. And he said Bank of America stands to gain really big when the settlement happens because they're going to use on-demand liquidity and have a competitive advantage. On-demand liquidity, that's the product that uses XRP. Why would a bank not use it? It frees up capital and saves them money. And what are banks in the business of? Money. Speaking of money, if you want $41 guaranteed, sign up with Webull, deposit just a penny, and you can get up to $3,000 in free stocks. Now, typically, you'll just get $40 to $300, but it's a great offer just for signing up and depositing a penny. You're guaranteed a minimum stock value of $40. Sell your stocks, close your account, do whatever you want, but don't miss out on this great offer. It does end soon. Link is in the video description below to Webull. And look at this Capgemini report, talking about Stellar and Ripple. Capgemini, a multinational IT services and consulting company, headquarters in Paris, France. Last year, they did $18 billion in revenue. So this is a massive global consulting company. Let's see what they have to say about Ripple and Stellar Lumens. Distributed ledger technology, together with SWIFT and the Global Payments Initiative, have revolutionized cross-border payments. Spot on. They say through distributed ledger technology-based solutions, players such as Ripple and Stellar are challenging the correspondent banking model. Anytime I see global think tanks, research groups bringing up XRP, bringing up other ISO 222 compatible coins, I want to bring this to you because not a lot of blockchain companies get this kind of coverage from these reputable organizations. This isn't just some random tweet on the internet. This is coming from a $18 billion revenue a year global consulting firm. All right, and there's many of these things. I always cover these. And guys, Ripple bought 8.4 billion XRP in the last year. Is that crazy? Why is Ripple buying XRP? Well, how I led the video, they had 900% growth in their on-demand liquidity product. And they say, as more financial institutions leverage Ripple's ODL service, more liquidity is added into the XRP market. The service uses XRP, guys. They need XRP for it. That said, Ripple has been a buyer in the secondary market and may continue to undertake purchases in the future. Why would they not? Think about it logically, guys. If they had 900% growth in their on-demand liquidity product this past year, what happens if they settle the lawsuit and they get regulatory clarity? What's the growth in the on-demand liquidity product going to look like then? And then how much XRP are they going to need to buy back to fuel that market? Very bullish stuff. I want to leave you with this clip from Davos of Brad Garlinghouse. Thank you guys for watching. If you're still with me, smash that like button and comment Brad Garlinghouse before you enjoy this clip so I know you made it deep into the video. I appreciate all the support on this channel, and by commenting Brad Garlinghouse, I know you're one of the top supporters. God bless you guys. Enjoy.
Let's go there. Is SWIFT a competitor? Is SWIFT something that in a future scenario you would see working with? And what about transfers that happen through platforms like a Revolut or a WeChat?
Yeah. So Ripple decided early on that we wanted to be at kind of the infrastructure layer, and there's a whole bunch of strategic issues associated with that. One of them, quite frankly, is that if you work with regulated endpoints, that's where all the regulatory frameworks apply. KYC, know your customer, AML, anti-money laundering, all the acronyms. If you work just with regulated endpoints, they're making sure that is the case. Companies like WeChat have to do that regulatory work themselves. Now SWIFT is kind of a competitor. It's slightly more complicated than that because SWIFT is really just messaging. When you send a SWIFT transfer, it's not liquidity. You're actually sending bank messages to banks that have liquidity. So to some degree, Citibank and HSBC, really the top two, JPM, those are the top three liquidity banks.
You mentioned Jamie Dimon, so let's bring it back to Jamie and JP Morgan. What do you think is going to be the thing that they will have to change the most or lose market share and somebody else is going to do better, faster, serve their clients better than JP Morgan or Goldman Sachs can?
You can just hear the bankers panicking right now.
And when you're sending